What is up? What is up? Welcome to the show. It's the Eternal Skunk Show, and alongside of me is I'm Cody Rose, and
I do not have a boner at this time.
that's a lie.
Can that change? Can we make it change? What do you think?
Well, I mean, there's always possibilities. I mean, we live in the real world here.
The real world MTV, where boners are always encouraged, or the real world, what are we, in suburban Green Bay, or suburban Milwaukee, because we're big city folk, and we do big city things like get boners?
Well, I think boners are not necessarily exclusive to the city. I think you can get boners anywhere, really.
Is that true?
I don't know. I guess I've only had a boner here, to be honest.
In the city?
Well, yeah, I guess. Village.
What's the most country place you've ever been to?
The most country? Are you talking about, like, the most...
I can't get any more clear. So you have to answer based on what I've asked you.
The most country I've ever been to is probably Hobart.
Hobart? And how hard was your cock in Hobart?
Like, normal size. I mean, it's the same here as it is there.
So it was just... You always have an erection? Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, not always. I mean, okay, yes. Yes, I always do.
Okay, so... Alright, so apparently you're one of those weirdos that always is massively hard all the time. Which is funny, because I've never noticed. Well, I don't know. I think most of society would say it's weird, but in any event. So, back to me getting a boner here. What are you going to do about that?
I'm going to do absolutely nothing about that.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. You got the internet here. I don't know. Shit. Could have done something. Oh, okay. So what's new with you, buddy?
What's new? Shit. I mean, did you know that I leave for the Daytona 500 in like 1, 2, 3, 4 days?
Well, and plus Monday's almost already over, so it's like 3 days.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
I have Tuesday and Wednesday of work left.
Okay. Do you work today?
No, I don't work Thursday or Mondays. Okay. Yeah, I knew that was going to come up, so I'll explain it.
Just for the record, he's wearing his work clothes.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't work on Mondays, but I also don't want I don't want to have to do laundry before I go on vacation. So
okay,
the clothes that I'm going to wear they're packed.
Okay.
And I can either wear a Carrie Underwood shirt or something, and
right.
like when on laundry day and you've gotten down to the very last bit of your laundry, so you're left with like your swimming trunks and like
right,
like the shirt your grandpa gave you that is like
pretty much
3 sizes too small.
The USS Alabama, cool, thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah. So I went with the Wisconsin Badgers. I mean, okay, yeah, it's the Badgers, but
that's fine. I wasn't pointing out the shirt.
Yeah, my work pants because fuck.
It's weird because you're a ballerina, so you have a tutu on. It's kind of uncomfortable.
I thought I put that away.
You didn't put that away. It's quite obvious because you're always hard. Anyway, why are you back? Anyway, back to what's new with you and then NASCAR and
yeah, we're leaving.
Tizzle.
Oh, so okay. Today I got an email that said my flight had been canceled,
which is typical.
Is it? Is that something that happens a lot? Well, so I was joking all week. I'm like, this flight's going to get canceled because of the snow. There's going to be a blizzard in Chicago, or something's going to happen where your flight's delayed at minimum, but more likely canceled. Just my luck is canceled.
Yeah.
And
just cancel. Like, hey, sorry guys, we're not up to it.
Yeah, sorry.
Better luck next time.
There's no more planes left.
Yeah, we're out of planes. We had to give one to Russia. They were low.
So I get this email and I read it and I panic. I'm like, well, fuck. What do I do? I've never had this happen before. And so I went online. I went to try to figure out what the problem is. They're like, well, yeah, you're canceled, but we'll get you on the next available flight. So my flight leaves Thursday, and they're like, well, we got a flight for you on Monday.
Of like the following week?
No, that's today.
Or like, oh, okay.
Like, we can fly you to Daytona today. Ooh. How about tomorrow?
No, huh?
No. What about Wednesday? You can leave a day early, right? You don't have any obligations, work or anything like that.
You don't have a job or pets or loved ones to care for.
Schedules or fucking reservations.
Right. Fuck that
a place
shit.
To sleep when I get there.
Right. You just stay in the airport for the day. They're cool with things like that.
So I'm like, fuck. So I call them. I'm like, we got to get this figured out. We got to straighten this out. And
good old United Flight Desk.
We're experiencing extra high call volume. Well, Go figure.
Yeah.
So I'm like panicking. I hung up the phone and I just sat there in my chair for a second. I'm like, what am I going to do?
What would Batman do?
So I go on the website. I'm like looking for new flight. I just book a whole new flight and just start over and have them reimburse me. Well,
that would not have happened.
Nope. I looked online. They're like, yeah, you already paid. No cancel or no refunds. Non-transferable.
Oh, non-transfer. Oh yeah, you can't put a different name on the ticket.
Right.
What's the change fee now? Like $150?
$400.
$400 fucking change fee?
For both. Well, for each of us.
$400. So it would have been an $800 change fee?
Yep, pretty much.
Whoa.
So I'm like,
what?
I'm in panic mode. I'm like, oh my god, what? Like, this is 3 days before I leave for vacation. Like, fuck, man. I
just bought new tickets for $380 and saved $20.
Well, right.
What?
So I'm like looking at my email. I'm like looking at Expedia flights, and I'm doing like 100 things at once. I'm in a panic, and then I went back to the site. I'm like, I refreshed it, and it had, what they did is they canceled the flight and they put me on a different flight number. So in the system, it canceled the flight, so I'm no longer on flight 225 or whatever.
Right.
Now I'm on flight 1898 or something. But
hopefully it's not like flight 94.
What's flight 94?
Oh, apparently you don't care about America as much as I
well,
thought you did.
let me ask you this: are you talking about flight 93 in
No.
that landed in Pennsylvania, that crashed into Pennsylvania?
Nope, flight 94.
What's flight 94?
The one that took off after flight 93
Oh,
and had all the heroes.
Oh,
on it.
yeah, the heroes.
Just making shit up. Is it flight 93?
It's flight 93.
Well,
So who's the one that hates America now?
you,
No.
as stated before.
Yeah. So I got on this website and they fixed it.
Okay. And what did they fix it to?
Just doing a little research here real quick and just looking at the sad face always got over here. Aw, he was right.
You son of a bitch.
Do you know how gay for September 11th I was, and all the things I looked at, all the things I read, all the weird, like, when I would drive through Pennsylvania, I'd be like, there's a sign for it, it's 41 miles down the road. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Is gay really the right word for it?
I was super happy, excited.
Okay, so 19th century gay.
Yeah.
All right. You fop.
I'm gonna have to Google that one.
Good.
Payback.
Sucker.
So anyway, they got this flight thing straightened out for me, and that's worked out really nicely. So crisis averted.
Well,
and,
that's good.
United sent me they tweeted at me, and they're like, we saw you had a problem, like, send us your information and we'll figure it out. And by the time I got that message, it was already fixed. I'm like, yeah, thanks anyway. But
Bunch of jerks and their interns that may handle their Twitter account.
So that's Daytona. What do you got going on?
Not a whole lot, man. I got pretty drunk on Friday night.
Friday night, huh?
Yeah.
Valentine's Day? No, that's Saturday.
That was Saturday. Went out with like some coworkers and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And then I was pretty much out of commission for the next 2 days. I didn't do a whole lot but lay around.
Recovery.
So, yeah, pretty much. Do you know that this place makes deep fried chocolate chip cookie bites?
Sounds good.
They're almost one of the most amazing things I've ever had. They're fucking incredible.
Really?
Yes, dude. Like, I'm surprised like people aren't like sucking dick for these yet. They're good.
Maybe you just showed up at the wrong time.
No, I'm
got there too early.
I'm always right on time.
You're always right there for dick sucking time.
Yes, but anyway, and they have a really cool name too. They call them chocolate chip cookie balls.
Oh, nice.
So balls and dicks and balls. Everybody likes both, I guess. It's weird when a guy named Dick calls, "Hey, it's Dick. I need some balls," and they're like, "We got what you mean.
We got what you need."
Yes, pretty much. It's like a Mary J. Blige song.
Is it?
Maybe. I think it's similar to that. You're all I need. But
your balls are all I need.
Thanks, man. They're a little slick right now, but, you know.
That's a hard day of work.
It's true. We got new office chairs at work today.
How are they?
They're pretty nice. They got red seats and a black back. They're comfortable-ish.
Comfortable but not matching.
Matching what?
I don't know. It's each other.
red and black goes together.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess you're right.
So I guess, I mean, unless you're breaking the hearts of a lot of Chicago Bulls fans.
Yeah, no kidding.
And your AV setup, yeah. But they let us keep our old chairs, so I brought my old chair home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to have 2 kitchen room table chairs now.
Hell
my
yeah.
old computer chair from work, and a beach chair that, the ones that you like fold out.
The folding ones?
Yeah, that you put by like the fire pit or out on the beach or whatever. So
shithog styling.
Pretty much. So I've yet to pay for a single piece of furniture in my apartment.
Moving on up, baby.
But they're all semi-nice. You won't get fleas from any of them, I don't think.
If you do, it's from you. I mean, they're your chairs.
It's a low blow, man. It's a low blow. Fleas that's a testy issue. Mainly because they're on my testes.
Are we still talking about balls?
Yes. Well, when it's all said and done, it all comes back to balls.
Oh,
you asked last week what was the most important thing, the height in your body, blah, blah, blah. And you said balls. And I was thinking about that. Maybe it wasn't last week, it was a couple times ago. And anyway, I was thinking about that, and I was like, no. Because my balls will just take care of themselves. Because they'll, like, retract, and they have a big baseball bat in front of them to kind of...
ward off...
Yeah.
Ward off for intruders?
Pretty much. So I was thinking it's more like my butthole. I want to make sure that nothing's entering that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
so
restricted area.
Pretty much. So even when I like sit down, like I don't want there to inadvertently be like anything that, could make that an unpleasant time. Just because, I don't think any sort of unwanted butt fucking is preferred.
Do you think you could clench hard enough to keep like something out? Like if something was trying to force their way in, could you like clench?
If something was trying to force their way into my butthole, I'm pretty sure you could open fucking bottles of beer with that, how hard that thing was clenched. It would be fucking. You're probably gonna have to kill me.
I bet you and everybody that's listening just flex right there just to make sure they could do it.
Maybe.
I know I did.
Those are also called man kegels.
Man kegels, yeah, sure, okay.
They are.
Yep.
Kind of.
Well, they're just kegels, as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
ladies can do them, men can do them.
Yeah, but they do them for different reasons. Right?
All the right reasons.
Mostly. Do you got any ham?
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's good. Good to know.
You don't want any?
No, it was just a question that I had. I like to know what's going on
in
my surroundings.
I actually, I cooked some bait. I went to Maplewoods the other day. It's the big meat factory or whatever, and I bought like $200 worth of meat.
I think they prefer to be called butchers.
What did I call them?
A factory worker?
No, I call them meat factory. It's like a meat. It's like a meat experience.
The meat factory is a strip club, and it's not the kind of strip club that you'd want to go to. A butcher, he's a guy that's serving you choice cuts of meat.
You could get a good look at a T-bone steak by... Well,
just please complete the thought.
But I think it's got to be your butcher.
My butcher is a Butch Dyke named Duchess.
Duchess the Butch Dyke butcher.
Mm-hmm.
Say that 5 times fast.
She doesn't allow me to try it anymore. I've actually been banned for 3 months.
Enough already.
It was pretty much just lifted about a month ago. Yeah. That's not the first time I've been kicked out of a butcher shop. Did you know that they frown on it when you microwave chicken breasts to a little bit of heat and jerk off with them? Well, you don't want to do it.
Clearly the problem was the microwaving portion of it. I don't think anything else you did there was...
You can't do it cold. It's not like cooked microwaved. It's like microwave, so it's like a nice, soft, loose feeling vagina.
Oh, okay. So what was their problem? I don't get it. What?
Unhygienic, sexual
bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even work here. What the fuck do you guys care?
Yeah.
So
I'm paying you for it.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I'm gonna buy it. It's only $4.99. I mean, if I can fuck it, then eat it. Why wouldn't I?
Right.
I mean, garlic, butter, and herbs.
Is that what you put on it?
That's what I put on it, yeah.
But you put that on before, like you let it marinate, and then...
That's what I call my semen. Okay. Garlic, butter, and herb.
Okay.
Because it might taste, smell, or feel like one of the three.
But it's... You got me. You got me.
Yeah, I think I got myself on that one. Do you want to go flash some gang signs?
I guess. I don't really know any.
I don't either. But
I know the finger.
Well, it's close enough. I was just thinking, we could go to like Five Guys Burgers and Fries or something like that and look at the most ghetto motherfucker working and then just sit there and do hand signals at him.
The best
on the off chance he might be deaf.
Oh, sure.
It would be even funnier.
I work with a deaf guy.
Oh, yeah?
He doesn't think they're funny. Sanchez, the deaf guy that I work with, he doesn't like anything. He's not friendly at all.
Deaf guys are assholes. It's like the world did something wrong to them and they're taking it out on everybody else.
Well, it's kind of true.
That's kind of, yeah.
I mean,
do you ever see those things where like they can get like the implants and stuff like that, and you see like videos of like babies that like never heard anything and then they did? It's kind of touching.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So maybe that fuckstick can go and calm his tits down and get something that'll help him hear.
My favorite part about deaf people is that we can talk all the shit we want about them on this podcast, and they will never fucking have
it. Unless it's like somebody
teletype,
somebody prints a Braille transcript.
Sure.
Do they print in Braille?
They make drive-thrus in Braille.
That seems unsafe.
Well,
wait, Braille's for the blind. Deaf people can read. Damn it. Who gets their handicaps confused? Apparently mentally retarded people, so maybe I should get checked out. The fuck? Good Lord. Why don't you... I need a fact checker. Pretty much.
Wow, dude, I can't even believe we...
So anyway, yeah, well, you gotta be good at catching your own mistakes, or else people will really think you're retarded, so...
It's all about perception.
Pretty much. It's all about... What? Perception?
Yeah, it's all about...
Explain yourself.
I don't want to.
Oh. What? You can't just say things like that and then be like, nah, I've refused to dignify that with a remark.
Okay, so I said it's all about perception. And so whether or not you are mentally, if you're retarded or not, if you give off the perception that you're not,
people will think that I'm not.
Right. And that's all that matters. So you can be as retarded as you want to be.
So
as long as you put a
so what you're telling me is that all the people that are retarded are just acting?
Yes.
So they're like...
Especially the ones with Tourette syndrome, or what's the one where they like yell fuck a lot in like grocery stores and the airports?
I think that's called being a jerk. Tourette syndrome.
I get, yeah.
What is Stephen Hawking? So wait,
Stephen Hawking's...
So like, Stephen Hawking's not retarded, dude. What's wrong with you?
I didn't say he was. He's a fucking genius.
Is he?
I guess that's what you call him.
Okay.
He's got his little speaking spell or whatever that...
This is a speaking spell? You think that's what he has?
Pretty much.
I am Stephen Hawking. I have my speaking spell. Good old Stephen Hawking. He saved the world so many times, probably.
You think?
I imagine. He's got to be...
Who do you think's smarter, Stephen Hawking or what's that other smart guy?
You're the one asking me. How the fuck would I know? Who's faster,
Roadrunner
or the other one? What? Like...
The guy with the hair, with the white hair, and he was all crazy. And
Doc from Back to the Future? Is that who you're thinking of?
Yeah. Who's smarter, Doc from...
Well, I'd have to go with Doc, because he had time travel, and Stephen Hawking is getting pretty damn close to it, but he just ain't there yet.
Who do you think fucks more?
Probably Doc. I can't imagine Stephen Hawking's too... Although I've seen pictures of Stephen Hawking in like Hooters and stuff like that, and he's got like a big, huge grin on his face.
He like cheated on his wife.
Stephen Hawking has a wife?
That he cheated on.
What? Whoa. Stephen Hawking... Okay, so Stephen Hawking, A, can have sex.
Oh, yeah.
B, has a wife. Yep. C, cheated on that bitch.
Rub my wiener, please.
And D, does he have kids?
Yes, he's got 3.
Stephen Hawking has 3 kids?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, if I understand the story right, they actually thought that that the wife was sleeping with the the people that help him. Look at that smile.
Right? He's a dentist dream.
Yeah.
That's the best picture that, like, this is him in the 80s.
3 children.
Robert, Lucy, and Timothy.
Yeah, 2 wives. 2 divorced wives.
Look at him. What a pimp.
Yep.
Getting the old Hawking dick. Come fuck me. How do you think that happened? What was it like? What do you think? it's grinding all up on him. Do you think it had to been like some sort of like reverse cowgirl? I'm thinking, right? You don't
She
get
probably just sat on him.
you don't get a
this
smile
shit.
like that for your whole life if you haven't been fucked reverse cowgirl at least like half a dozen times. He's probably the one that invented it.
I just had a flash of you know how like when people can see their life flash before their eyes. I just saw my future of me going to hell just flash before my eyes.
For making fun of Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, pretty much for everything that I've ever said on this show.
Do you think if Stephen Hawking couldn't make fun of you, he wouldn't?
Oh, he does. He's not retarded. He can still type. He just doesn't know who that jerk off Cody Rose is.
See? Well, we should get him on the show. If Stephen Hawking would come on the show, would you have him on?
Absolutely.
Even if he was mad and wanted to, like...
You don't think I could debate Stephen Hawking?
No.
You don't think I could... He'd be like, meh,
I don't think you could debate the dude at the drive-thru when you get your own order wrong. I've been with you on that time.
That's not true.
Would you like a soda? Yes. Please pull forward. You lost, motherfucker. You lost.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's all hard.
I'm pretty sure that's all he's got going for him, too. What do you think? His brains
He's got more wives than I have.
and more wheelchairs.
That's not true.
No, I'm scared. Is that a wheelchair? Whoa. It's wheels and a chair. Technicality. The best kind of win. So, this... I don't want to look at him anymore. He's kind of creeping me out. He looks like a Reebok shoe. That's not funny. That's mean. Why would somebody say something like that about poor Mr. Stephen Hawking?
Well, so if you're still listening to this podcast...
Kudos. And
well
aces.
Done. Well done.
Right? You really stuck into it. Good job. If I was you, I'd take a big hit of weed right now. Go get something gummy to chew on. Pull out your dick and listen to this. What'd that sound like? Nothing. Sounded like nothing.
It sounded like...
Made a barcode. And that's how you beatbox when you're poor and don't make any change.
Well, so there's that anyway.
It exists. It's out there now, so no taking that one back.
So, let's talk about something real here. Let's actually...
Something tangible?
Yeah, we've made it 20 minutes into the show, and I don't think we've said anything.
Nothing is real. None of them are
Kind of
real.
been
They're sentences, but none of them are real
We've kind of been
sentences.
circle jerking ourselves here.
Well, it's the only kind of circles I like, so...
So I got a message today from a ESPN reporter that mentioned how Brandon Bostek played his last game in Green Bay. I thought you'd be excited about that.
I'm ecstatic. Holy shit, really. It's about effing time.
He tweeted earlier today, thanks, thankful to spend my first 3 years of the career in Green Bay. Unfortunately, my time there has ended. I appreciate the support from everybody, except O in Green Bay.
Nobody supports you, Brandon Bostic. I hope you go and coach your college into every single lost bowl game they ever attend.
Yeah, that's good news.
I'm excited to see where I go next. You are not on a mission. You better keep that faith.
Where do you think
buddy.
he goes? Do you think he's got to play somewhere?
You think?
Oh yeah. I no. He's not good enough to be on our team. There's teams that...
Okay, so he's good enough. Maybe in Canada. Maybe he can go play like the Toronto Argonauts.
You don't think he'll play in the...
Well,
don't you think that...
I guess Brandon Bostic has like 6 career catches and 3 of them are touchdowns, so...
Maybe he'll go where Slocum goes.
Oh, God. Who's going to take a chance on Slocum? He's going to be coaching like the comebacks. Seriously, they won't even let him near Keanu Reeves in a movie. Don't look at me like... Look at the picture of him. Oh, he just looks so stupid. Yeah. God,
Yeah.
I wish he got struck by lightning there. At least there'd be a reason.
Well, so Brandon Bostek's off the team. That's
Good.
something I thought
That means that we have place. That means there's room for talent.
we got another tight end on the way.
Who's that?
I don't know, but I would think we're going to get one now that we don't have one.
Oh, well.
Wait. We have a spot for one. Let me not... It's not that we don't have one, because we have one.
We really don't. Richard Rodgers.
He's okay. He's not...
Okay, so he's about average. Okay is maybe average.
Well,
okay is like a D. Who else do we have? Corliss, is he still on the team?
Yep.
God's gift.
Yeah,
For us
I laugh at him every time. Did I ever tell you the... Wait, actually, never mind. That story doesn't... I don't even... I was going to tell you a story, but I think I'm mixing up two stories, so I'm not going to tell either.
Okay, that's fine. It's completely understandable. So, is there any other cool Packer news or anything like that going on?
Yeah. There's that, what's that, that Packer that got arrested for marijuana recently?
Guillen?
Yeah.
Guillen, whatever. Speaking of Packers getting arrested, you heard about all that crap with, what's his name? Sharper?
No, what happened?
Darren Sharper? He's accused of, like, rape in, like, 1,000 different cities.
Well,
I swear to God.
I did hear about that, but I thought that was, like, old news. I thought that was,
No, that ain't going away.
I thought that was from, like, when he was in New Orleans or something.
4 days ago. I'm pretty sure that ain't that old of news.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, and the only city that he's ever been in and that they're not charging him with is Green Bay.
No shit.
So are you telling me that there ain't hot enough girls for Darren Sharper to rape around here?
No kidding.
That's fucking cold, D Sharp.
He's already, like, in jail, huh? He's
I'm pretty sure he
pretty
ain't getting
fucked.
out. Him and OJ probably share a cell. If OJ's still alive. Oh, he's in New Orleans too. Yeah, he ain't coming out alive.
Crazy.
But yeah, that popped into my head. Packers and crime related stories. So
Yeah.
good job, Darren. Keeping it real. You know what the crazy thing is too is like everybody in Green Bay like wanted to bang Darren Sharper.
Yeah, well,
he was
I'm
like
sure
the hottest Packer there ever was.
I'm sure some of them did.
I guaranteed, but apparently after a certain age, he was not too cool with consensualizing it and was just like, just struggle, bitch.
Yeah,
just struggle.
but I mean, maybe you're innocent until proven guilty kind of thing.
I knew where he lived when he was around here. I saw him as like a little kid, like being cool with us. Like he was a cool guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he was a cool guy. Maybe, I mean, the attorneys are saying he didn't even commit a crime. So, but that's what they all
That's what
say.
attorneys are supposed to do.
But I'm saying, like, what if it's not true? What if it's... There was a guy in college football, a really good college football player. He got accused of rape, and then...
Manti Te'o? It turns out that was all just made up anyway. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He got accused of rape by this chick. He went to jail. So he never made it to the NBA or to the NFL. He never made it to, like, the big show. And then when he got out, he did his time or whatever, maybe 5 or 8 years, or I don't remember how long he did for this crime. And he went, and this chick found him on Facebook and was like, "Oh, hey, sorry about that. Like, sorry I, fucked you over.
Hey, sorry about that. Bad.
Do you want to, like, come and talk about it?" And so he got mic'd up and he went and talked to her about it. Well, so he was able to get her on tape confessing that she, like, set him up and that he wasn't responsible for the crime, but he fucked up the recording. It never got recorded. So he went back a second time and she did the whole thing all over again.
Well, good for that guy, I guess. I mean, what? Hey, baby, can you just say that story again? Like, into my shirt collar.
Yeah, just speak kind of loudly into my shirt.
Right. Can you repeat that last part? I was a little unclear. Did you say grapes or rapes? Can you just emphasize the "r", please? Oh, God. So anyway, what happened with old Detroit with his pounds of weed?
Well, so he wants to get that cash back. That's what his big thing is right now. So they confiscated $190,000 in cash along with the 357 grams of marijuana and the gun and all that. And he's trying to make a claim that $190,000 was actually money from the Green Bay Packers.
I imagine it was.
And the police department in Florida where he got pulled over, Bradford County, they are saying they're going to be able to buy 3 new squad cars with the money that they seized from him.
Wow, what a bunch of jerks.
Uh-huh.
See, I don't think they should be able to buy more cop cars with that. They should have to put that into, like, the community. If they're going to keep his money, like, go give some, like, books to kids or, like, pave a road. You know what I mean? Like, or
even like a children like a DARE program or something, like a don't do drugs kind of thing.
Anything but giving the cops more cop cars.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they have enough. They get, like, federal terrorist money and all that kind of crap now.
190,000 more ways for them to confiscate our rights.
And it gives them
illegally.
only 3 cars? Yeah. These are $66,000 pieces.
One of them's a tank. My favorite part about this whatever his jerk off Guillen guy or whatever, my favorite part about him is that he tried to use the line, "Do you know who I am?"
Right. He looks like a skunk ape. Which is Florida's Bigfoot.
He's dressed very...
He's dressed like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
like a biker.
He looks like his name should be like Dog, like DAGG, the Bounty Hunter.
Well,
Dog the Booty Hunter.
So, I thought I'd come up with a list of other people that have tried to use that line in the past, and you tell me if they're actually warranted being able to use the line.
Do you know who I am line?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So, for example, do you recognize this person?
Tara Reid?
Tara Reid used the "Do you know who I am" card.
Yeah, she could probably fly that.
She bought a bunch
with a tit shot.
Yeah, easily. Did you ever see her tit? It was like she looked like a shark.
Apparently, she looks gross now, but whatever.
So she wanted to get a bunch of clothes on discount because she's going to Coachella, and they were like, "Nah, you're not getting a discount." And so she kind of stormed off with the, "Do you know who I am?" Didn't end up working for her.
So what was she trying to get? Clothes?
Yeah, clothes.
For free?
For discount, anyway.
And they were like, fuck off, you're not famous anymore?
Pretty much, yeah. They were like,
wow.
She was trying to say, hey, I'm
Tara Reid.
I'm Tara Reid. I'm going to wear these at Coachella, and people are going to look at me. And
you're going to get them covered with, like, cum.
Yeah, she's going to end up... she's going to get them all covered of...
She does not... What was that movie that made her famous? Was that, she was,
Sharknado? I don't
know. No, she was one of, like, the American Pie chicks,
yeah.
Wasn't she?
Yep.
She is no longer American Pie hot. She looks like she's freaking, like, whoa. She looks like there's something wrong with her hot.
American Pie,
Yeah, we're never gonna... We don't care about what she is in. Apparently she was in The Big Lebowski.
Anyway.
So, yeah, I'm glad it didn't work for her.
So that didn't work out for Tara Reid. What about, do you recognize this person?
Is he a soccer player?
He's not a soccer player. He is you might know him from Transformers.
Is that Optimus Prime?
That is Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, I know the name because it sounds so fucking gay.
Yeah. So he went on a kind of a tirade one time and talking about, do you know who I am?
Hey Shia, do you have anything to say? Do you have anything to say about your arrest, Shia? Do you have anything to say? Why were you acting like that? Is it true you were spitting at officers, Shia? Shia, is it true you were spitting at officers? Shia, is it true you were spitting at officers? Is it true you were hitting people on the head?
Shia, do you have anything else to say?
Shia, were you on any drugs? Were you on any drugs, Shia?
Response to the charges. Watch your back.
Can you tell us what happened?
Something gonna happen
were you on
here?
any drugs?
Yeah, I hope so. This is the exclusive from TMZ. Is just him walking around and asking him the same question.
There's nothing I can do.
What's he doing? Zigzag walking? Wow, dude. These people are just a bunch of fucking like, scummy leeches, man. Did that one guy just yell 5-0?
Because you were drunk?
Where's he walking? Why wouldn't anybody come pick him up?
No kidding.
He had to walk like 3 blocks with like the entire city of New York trying to get his picture.
Has that anything to do
Wherever
with
the fuck
this?
he is.
Watch out, guys. Crash. Scott, watch out behind you.
Whoa, we almost walked into some lady.
Right? Sorry, that'd be a hate crime, Shia.
You think you're going to continue acting?
And she just keeps following him around like some fucking weirdo. That was the worst video I think I've ever watched. I was so unimpressed at that. You showed me that. I thought something was going to happen.
Fuck.
And is he in jail now?
I don't fucking care.
His lawyer wears sandals? What the fuck? She looks like the
She's a
Hamburglar.
prisoner.
Right, she's dressed like a prisoner. What the fuck? Where is he? Is he in a jail in Mexico? What was he, roofing a house? What the fuck? Why is he... Hollywood's weird. Look at this bitch. What the fuck? What is she typing? The courtroom is in somebody's like back office. Seriously, that guy's like logging. That guy's on like fucking YouPorn in the background. The bailiff looks like fucking the skinny Annie Winslow. Looks like fucking Carl Winslow lost a lot of weight. P90X Carl Winslow got himself a sweet bailiff job.
Work it, Carl.
It's like he's got a public defender.
So, who else we got? We have Diana Ross. She used that. I don't know nobody cares about her.
She's still alive.
Hasselhoff also used that line. We have this person. Do you recognize this person?
Miley Cyrus? Well,
Miley Cyrus tried using the line. She ordered a burger from a place, and they needed her name to mark the order, and she goes, "Are you serious? You don't recognize me?" And
I wouldn't I probably wouldn't know her in person. I mean, like, seriously, if I was working at like McDonald's and she's like, "Make me a burger," I'd be like, "All right, bitch, whatever." Like,
pretty much.
I need a name for the order.
I always tell people, "Can I get a name for the thing?" And I either give them Mike is my name, or I give them like the business I work for.
Yeah, I just tell them everybody that my name is Rudiger.
Rudiger.
You're like, what?
My name is Ahmad.
Spell it right.
Ahmad Raul.
Right. My name
Ahmad Arul.
All right, we're gonna get flagged here by like Homeland here, so knock that shit off. Anyway, Miley Cyrus.
Praise Allah.
I'd like to come on her face.
And all right, who else we got here? Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin's kind of crazy. So.
He could get away with using that one.
Even if he couldn't, he doesn't care. He's just going to do whatever he wants anyway until he goes to prison or gets killed.
He's like, fuck off.
He's
everybody.
a weirdo.
I like him.
He's alright.
What's that one show he's in that's funny? 30 Rock. I like him in that.
Yeah, that shows.
Is that the right Baldwin? Do I got my Baldwins mixed up?
You got the right Baldwin. All the other ones are just hanging out at like cleaning pools.
What about Reese Witherspoon and her husband? Tried to use that line. Do you know who I am?
Who's she married to?
Some homeless guy.
I guess.
And of course, do you recognize this person?
Sarah Palin?
Sarah Palin tried to use the line, "Do you know who I am?"
Did it work?
Yeah, people do know who she is, and that's not something she should be proud of.
I wish I could pull her over.
She's too
write
old.
her a ticket.
Too old for me.
To pull over and write a ticket? I
Pretty
don't think
much.
so.
All right, so I've got a couple better things to talk about. That was kind of stupid. I can't believe I thought that'd be funnier.
Hey man, trying is all we ask. So, she's hot.
That's
Tara Reid again.
Still Tara Reid.
Huh, well, she looks good in some pictures.
So I found an article about what are we going to go here? It is too cold to murder people in New York City, apparently.
I heard about that. They went like 10 or 12 days. Hey, that's from Fargo. That's not New York. Anyway.
So it's been 11 days without a homicide as of some days ago.
I remember, they said they made it 12.
Yep.
Because I thought I saw a thing online the other day or yesterday. 12 days, and then somebody went and fucked it up. Had to shoot motherfucker.
You publicize. What's the word I'm looking for? You publicize it.
Masturbate it?
You masturbate it, and then people want to come all over it.
It's true.
Speaking of coming all over things,
okay.
There's a story about a guy who he jerked off on some lady at a concert. Now, we won't get into the photograph right away, but basically what he did is he jerked off on some lady, and she was turned around and noticed that he was coming on her, and then he took off running. And apparently this guy's he's a wanted criminal for
blowing big loads at concerts. What concert was he at? Was it like a cum shot concert?
It's called St. Kilda Festival.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's Puerto Rican for blow loads in the back of my hair.
Well, there was mosh pits there. Oh. Basically, so they're in a big group of like a big mosh pit kind of group. And
they're in a big like Darren Sharper pool party, which equals like raping and all sorts of non-consensual things going on in that. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those videos where like people throw boiling water into like the super cold air?
Yeah.
And it like,
yeah.
What happens if you shoot like a super load into the cold air? What would happen?
Well, I don't think it goes fast enough. I don't think you can shoot a load fast enough to have it.
I feel bad for your lazy seaman. Sometimes that shit comes out like a fucking cannon. You wonder where it went. Apparently yours just trickles on out.
No, man.
At a snail's pace. Crawls out. They actually have little hands by the time they're popping out. Like, Jesus, that's a long...
That's the longest walk of my life.
Apparently.
I have legs.
Right, yeah. They're little tadpoles by the time they get out of your shaft. Oh, boy, look at me swim around. They got little legs and arms. And you pretty much can name them by the time they come out. Come go so slow.
Yeah, no, I do have a...
Here comes Daniel.
Well, we all can't be super squirt. What are those things called? The guns?
Super squirters? That's a fun part
Super
to watch.
soaker.
Oh, super soaker?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every once in a while you have to have one that maybe you should just lay off for like good 4 or 5 days.
I need to lay off the drinking, man. I'm really slow today. Just my semen, my words, my brain. I can't even function right now.
You know what it is, and this is what I noticed initially, but I didn't say anything. You're not drinking Mountain Dew. You have a cherry 7-Up.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So,
no, that's exactly what it is. I had an energy drink about 3 hours ago, and it's like I'm crashing. It's got to be what it is.
And the caffeine-free 7-Up is just not keeping up with it, huh?
Nope. Good
It's
call.
weird.
Good call. I didn't have anything to drink because we drank all our soda, and all I have is energy drink, which I Lord knows that won't be good if I
Right.
did radio on energy drink. I might as well fucking do a line of blow. And
6 of those a day is probably enough anyway. Wait, you have blow? Anyway. That's a discussion for later.
so we got that story about the man who came on the chick, and that's pretty.
It'd probably feel pretty good. I mean, the concert
Wait,
with all
wait,
like the
wait,
bass
wait.
lines and stuff. What?
What do you think of when you see this?
That pictures aren't necessarily good for radio. It looks like a boob with.
Well, you already answered the first part of that question, right? The first thing you see is boobs, yes.
Yes, and then it looks like it must be, I don't know, like a rape whistle or something.
A rape whistle.
Is it?
It is a vibrator.
Oh.
It's a necklace vibrator. It's a 14 karat gold necklace vibrator. $150 you can buy it for. You plug a USB charger in, and it.
So you can get like little fucking little buzzes in your vajayjay.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just a little.
One of them.
So basically, what you do is you wear this around your neck, and people see the necklace part, but they don't know that
That it's a dildo.
on the other end of it's a dildo.
Huh. It's kind of disturbing. How come guys don't have things like that? What
Comes
is it? What is that? A tie? But it's also really like a fleshlight. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's a really cool tie. And then you just take it into the bathroom, like they'll blow it up or something like that. Fuck the shit out of it. That was a good lunch.
That was.
Boy, I'm hungry again. That's weird.
These necklace vibrators come in like the iPhone colors.
Right? It looks like you can stick them in different places. Girls have all the luck.
No kidding. All the best sex toys.
Golden dildos. All sorts of stuff like that.
What else we got here?
I wish I had a golden dildo. I'd sell it.
Would you?
What? Yeah. You're like, check it out. I got 14 inches of gold here. I'm like, sweet. That'd be worth a lot of money.
I think you can make a lot of girlfriends that way. Check out my.
I think that the gold might. I think the cash might. Either way. Big dildos, lots of money. Either way, the girls are liking it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Unless you find like a Chinese lady who's never experienced either. And then you can just throw dimes at her all day and she's not going to care.
All right. Why is my internet not working?
Product of Canada, huh?
Canadian internet just not working here. So
It's because it's like molasses up there.
it's
Cold molasses.
kind of like my cum.
Exactly like your cum. Except you don't get to name it before it leaves. Here comes little Jill. And there goes Eric. You just birth cum babies.
Well, that's what. Yep.
Yep. That's nature.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
So I found a guy here who he got a ticket for going 90 and a 65, and they gave him a $500 ticket for speeding.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't really take very kindly to that. So he sent the Baker City, Oregon court a check for the amount of $472 that he wrote on a block of wood and FedEx to the courthouse.
Yeah, I think that's pretty legit.
Well, okay, so basically this guy sent a block of wood check, and he was like, well, I paid my obligations unless you can prove otherwise. And so they took him to court again and was like, no, that's not going to work. You got to write a real check. And
that's a real check. A check is an instrument of payment from a bank. You could write it on my arm. I could go to the bank and be like, cash that for that motherfucker.
uh-huh.
They stamp it, somehow process it, but it can be written on anything. They just sell you checks to make it easier for them.
So the judge there, he was like, "No, you are going to write a normal check, and the court's not going to take a piece of wood for this payment for your court fees." And so he's like, "All right, fine. We'll pay it with a real check, but I'm getting that block of wood back because it's got." It's a check.
Yeah, they can cash it.
Well, so they refused to give it back, saying they were going to keep it as a trophy.
Well, that's theft.
So now you got this guy kind of heated. So now he's not even going to pay the original fine in the first place. And so back and forth. Well, this guy went to go get his driver's license. He left Oregon. He was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to Utah." And he went and lived in Utah. Well, when his state of Utah driver's license expired, they wouldn't give him his license because they had suspended it in Oregon for non-payment of his fee.
I didn't know they could find that stuff like that out. Yeah,
there's like a driver's license network thing that a lot of the states communicate in between. But so basically, through all of this guy has spent over $15,000 in legal fees, just over a $500 ticket, $15,000 in legal fees. And it's more of a case of principle.
At this point, yeah.
And so he's just trying to stand up for his rights and kind of trying to say fuck you to the man, which I'm backing this guy.
Yeah, well, he paid it to begin with. All they had to do was go to, Bank of America or wherever the fuck he was, explain, you can't be denied for it. You can go in with, you can write it on like a cow.
Yep.
And present that as payment. Seriously, it's just it's not a credit card. It's not, as long as it's signed with an amount, a payee, and the name of the financial institute, that's like all it needs.
Yep.
I don't even think you need to put a date on it.
This guy says the attorney for the Utah Bankers Association, he basically says, if I walk into the bank with a piece of wood and write out a check and say I want $100, they have to give me $100. That's kind of how it works. And
they just have deposit slips, so it's easier to keep records, and
right.
It makes a lot of sense to do it that way. But
on the other hand, there are a number of businesses that don't take checks, so that's sort of the loophole that that's kind of their argument.
Oregon took checks, so the state of Oregon apparently took checks. So maybe he should freaking, I don't know. I think after you spent maybe $1,000, I would have probably been like, fuck this. But that guy's spending.
I wonder what that guy does that he has that money to
$15,000. Yeah,
just to throw on.
He's got mail-in block of wood type money. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. I wish I had that kind of disposable income.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sometimes I have to poop.
Is this one of those times?
No, but sometimes I have to poop when I'm at work, and I hate pooping at work.
Yeah,
I think it's always like a emergency only kind of basis. And we got new bathrooms at work.
Yeah,
and how for whatever reason in every bathroom there's like a big gap, so you can see what's going on. What? Really, you've never been into like a public bathroom and the doors are like,
there's like a 3-inch gap.
Yeah, they're never like form fitting. So the gap in this bathroom is like right in front of the toilet, right in front of the door.
Sure.
It's
so
seriously,
everybody who walks in the door,
is going to see your pubes, and you're going to see them looking at your pubes, and it's going to just be like, what the fuck? I don't get why they can't just make a form-fitting door.
Yeah, no, I never understood that either. I do know what you're talking about.
It blows my fucking mind that in a world with iPods, they haven't made a public restroom with form-fitting doors yet. What's the fucking reasoning behind this?
Did you know?
Is there just some company that buys and sells unfitting doorways, and they're good for bathrooms, guys, and they know somebody that's up high, and they're like, all right, whatever,
sure, we'll buy 100,000 from cousin Lenny.
Seriously, no privacy. You can see people. I don't know. It's just weird.
You said you've been to the Indy 500, right?
Yes, Jacques Villeneuve won.
Cool.
You drove a blue car.
Were you there when the Indianapolis Motor Speedway didn't have doors on the bathroom stalls?
I don't recall. I've been to Coney Stadium back in the day for Brewer games.
Yeah.
Where they had troughs and all that kind of junk.
Yeah, no, that's common. There, maybe it wasn't. It was either Indianapolis or it was Michigan. One of those two tracks, they didn't have stalls. I'm certain it's Indianapolis. They didn't have stalls on the doors.
I know you're certain about Indianapolis, but this so sounds like a Michigan thing. I mean, it does. Like, nah, man, you just go.
Well, I'll get to a second half of the story in a second, Michigan related. But yeah, they didn't have stalls on the doors. So when you go to a stadium and you're waiting in line to use the bathroom, like you're looking down the barrel of this fucking.
You're just making eye contact with the next dude that's gonna poop.
No, not the next guy. The next guy after him, and the next guy after him.
The whole team's sitting there waiting for you to like, hey man, you almost done?
You almost done?
It's like jail. You only get like 2 sheets.
Yeah.
What if? Oh my god! Like, what if you just take like the most
Well, so be it.
It's a waiting room.
The story behind why they took the doors off the stalls is because people were having sex in the bathrooms.
Oh, that's way better than having to make eye contact with somebody shitting. Do you ever look at a dog while it takes this shit? It's like the most shameful look a dog will ever give you if you make eye contact with it when it's pooping.
It's kind of it's my favorite thing to do.
Mine too, but it knows it's doing something wrong. And it's just looking at you like, why are you watching me? I can't help this. I have to imagine that if like I was sitting here right now like involuntarily like shitting my brains out, and you're just standing there looking at me with like this most straight face looking at
So tell me what's going on over there.
Like you're almost curious as to what's really happening. Like, what are you doing there? What's that coming out your butt? It doesn't look like it's right. Are you okay, sir? Like, what do you think's like? No doors. And America is the land of privacy, and yet apparently in Indianapolis,
I think you might have your lands confused.
Well,
we're the land of the free
and privacy.
I get, yeah, okay.
It used to be more private in like probably like the
before
40s.
Computers.
Yeah, pretty much. Like 1894 to 1901 was a pretty private time.
Before the hairstylist.
Can you do your thing? Oh, well, yeah, good one. Ooh. The songs make me horny.
Which one was the appropriate one?
No, I just have to get spayed. They're all appropriate. Every song's appropriate for every time.
So, let me tell you the story about that Michigan race.
Okay.
We left the Michigan race, and we were coming... the Michigan Speedway, or whatever it's called, is in the middle of nowhere. It's basically... You know where Brooklyn, Michigan is? Do you know where Jackson, Michigan is? Do you know where Detroit, Michigan is?
I am familiar with Detroit.
So, if you go west about an hour, maybe, or 2 hours west...
How close is it to
Detroit,
Lansing?
somewhere. So, it's in the middle of nowhere. Basically, it's a 2-lane highway to get out of the town, and whichever direction you go. So there's 100,000 people on all these in the middle of nowhere, and they're all trying to get out as fast as possible. And there's one gas station. Let me back this up. It takes you about 3 hours to go like 2 miles or something. I mean, you're literally crawling 2 lanes, and they're both all one direction. Like, it's a 2-lane road, and everybody goes this way.
Okay, so for when you're leaving, they actually just make it like, we can't handle that. So if you're actually going to there to pick someone up, you're kind of fucked.
You're fucked, basically. Yep.
Meet me.
So the traffic is ridiculous, and you're trying to get home, but you're not going anywhere. So I remember having been at the race all this time, and you drink all the drinks, and you're on your way home, and there's nowhere to stop except this one lonely gas station in the middle of nowhere. So you pull in to go use the bathroom. There aren't bathrooms in the store. But
typical Michigan.
There's 2 porta potties outside.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of a 3-day race weekend.
Mm-hmm. It smelled good, I bet.
So
how many babies were left underneath it? Exactly.
So you open up the door. You open up the door, and the shit is actually over the top of the seat. Over the top of the seat, which meant that the last 5 or 6 people didn't actually get to sit down on the toilet. They actually had to straddle above and just stand on top of there. And
I would have just shit in the urinal and ruined it for everybody.
So that's my experience with
It's
Michigan.
like they didn't even prepare. Well, we got 100,000 people coming. What do you think? 2 porta potties?
2 porta potties.
Well, you think one would do it, wouldn't you? Well, let's spend the extra $3 and get the 2.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, why? I don't understand why they don't just spend the extra.
You'd think that the town would be like the Packers can, we build a whole city off of basically a team.
Yeah, but this is NASCAR.
Exactly. You're telling me that NASCAR doesn't have a pretty carnivorous following?
Nope.
People go to fucking Pennsylvania. People go to the fucking Pennsylvania hills.
To go see Flight 93.
No, to go to fucking, what's it called, like Scatterburg or whatever it is. What's
Pocono?
The other one. Starts with an
Nazareth?
S. I don't know. Maybe I'm just high.
Schittsburg?
There you go. Seriously, Michigan has not a whole lot, but they at least have
Quarter machines.
Quarter machines where you can win a lot of quarters if you know how to not tilt them and make the alarm go off. They have
That was only one time.
in Michigan. You can buy things with cans because they're cash currency. You could buy a home in cans. That guy wrote a check with a wood. Well, in Michigan, you could buy a car with fucking cans and glass bottles.
Do you remember those pull tabs that they had at the Shells?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was in Michigan one time, I went up to the cashier guy and I was like, I asked him for pull tabs or something. And he goes, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, Wisconsin?
You ain't from around here,
that's
is
basically
ya,
what
boy?
he goes. Yeah, he kind of looked at me funny. He's like, "Yeah, we only have those in like bars or something."
Sorry, sir. Didn't realize that was just the weirdest
It
question.
was the weirdest
ever.
question ever to him, and I was kind of embarrassed. I was
Right? Like, hey, have you ever seen any miscarried babies? Oh, yeah, lots. Do you got any pull tabs? Oh,
"Get out of here!"
right? Terrorists out. I'm calling Homeland on you. Like,
Yeah,
what?
pretty much.
Seriously, sir, I'm scared.
So, speaking of Michigan,
Being drunk
being drunk
in Michigan
in Michigan
results in typically fun times.
So, this guy, he is a Zamboni driver in some random place.
Is it in Michigan?
Who cares?
Puck Daddy. It sounds like if some sort
North
of
Dakota is where he's from.
the saddest Dakota of all.
He, a Zamboni driver was, during intermission, he was seen driving the Zamboni erratically and bumping into the boards. So someone called the Davies Police Department, and basically the employee was charged with DUI for crashing a Zamboni
Nice, dude.
at the girls' hockey night.
Awesome. It's like the guy that stole the tank, except, he didn't go on a rampage. Wow. I wonder what he blew. .32?
Yeah.
Whoa, he was fucking hammered.
The crime was not necessarily that he was driving. Well, here's my beef: is that it's not even on a road. He's not even driving
Motor
on
vehicle.
like a road. Yeah, but he's not.
Motor vehicle.
He's in a building. There's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? He's going to crash into the boards.
He might make some smooth fucking...
He's not getting to the parking lot.
You don't know that.
He's not getting to the parking lot.
How powerful is a Zamboni machine? How many horses does a Zamboni have?
11.
And how big are those tiny lawnmower wheels they have on the front?
I don't know enough about Zambonis. I actually don't know anything about Zambonis at all.
And yet you're confident that a Zamboni machine couldn't elude people on a high-speed chase.
78 horses.
That's a lot.
65 horses.
Well, now you're just going back and forth. Now you just found the lowest level Zamboni. This is like the most pussy Zamboni ever. You might as well just put ice in the freezer and splash it on the lake when you're done.
Well, so this guy, he got a DUI, and this isn't the first time that he's been arrested for DUI, because 3 weeks earlier he got arrested for DUI.
Well, some might say that's a problem. He just says it's living in the Dakotas.
So 4 times the legal limit. He's going to get 2 years probation, and he's going to basically plead guilty to a gross misdemeanor.
Oh, he stunk. It was so gross. Gross.
So I found a chart here that shows the most common job in every state.
Okay.
Is this something you'd be interested in
Sure.
finding out about?
All right.
So without looking, would you suspect that Wisconsin's most common job is?
Cheese curd tester.
Cheese curd tester. Now give me one more guess.
Okay. Milkmaid.
No.
Quarterback for the Packers.
Well, I'll say, yeah, the most common. I will say that back in 1982, you can open your eyes now. Back in 1982, Wisconsin's most common job was machine operator.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Throughout the country, there's a mix between secretary, truck driver, farmer, machine operator. Those are really the most common jobs in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as time goes on, we get into the 90s, and it seems like a lot of secretaries.
Everybody's a secretary. Weird.
And as we get a little bit...
No, everybody's a truck driver. The fuck? Whoa.
The most common job in 2014...
Truck driver?
For just about every state, with the exception being about
Florida has
10.
more school teachers than anything? That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Software developer? Weird. Huh, that's interesting. A lot of truck drivers. Although that's probably like any truck. You know, like...
Well... Here's
2 men in a truck, as well as like the big rigs.
Well, basically, there's a few main reasons why there's so many truck drivers, because you can't like a Chinese factory, you can't ship all your jobs to China. If people have to drive trucks, unless
true.
you have like the Google truck.
No.
Somebody's got to be there to drive it.
That's true, and unload it.
Another big part of this is the way that they categorize the jobs in this particular case. You've got, you can be a truck driver, you can be a school teacher, or a secondary school teacher. Like, things are separated in weird categories, whereas like all like FedEx drivers and like the mailman and like they're all truck drivers.
Right. Okay. Where do like rapists fall?
Rapists are number 2 on the list.
Okay.
But usually only in, like, Washington, D.C. area.
Okay, like Cincinnati.
Yep.
Cool.
Dallas.
Fuck Dallas. I hope they get it up the butt.
All right, well, this is pretty much we're getting to the end of the show here.
We're leaving off. Cody's cherry,
I'm, like, falling asleep here.
7-Up is wearing out. Me, personally, this one isn't going to jerk itself. So,
don't look at me.
Kids, we'll be back next week. Cody's going to have a pretty sweet...
I'm not playing with myself. I'll play with myself all day long.
See? And that's pretty much a true statement. I don't know. I'm not the only one that's jerked off at work, I don't think. But anyway, Cody's going to come back and regale us of tales of NASCAR titties and rednecks that he fought at the Daytona Speedway.
Go ahead and try to follow me on Twitter. It's at Cody Rose with the underscore in the middle. And I'm sure I'll have some pictures on there that maybe they'll be entertaining, maybe they won't. Obviously, go to the website, eternalskunk.com, and obviously the telephone number, it's 240-50-SKUNK. That's 240-50-78-75-865.
And Twitter at Eternal Skunk, and anywhere else. Just get the fucking word out. And don't taste your own cum, children. It's salty.